You know how sometimes life takes you on unexpected journeys? Well, mine was a musical odyssey that began right here at university. I remember walking into my first class, heart pounding, not knowing that I was about to embark on a linguistic and melodic adventure. That's where I met Jay Tomaleri. God, she was something else. The way she approached music, it was like she could see the notes dancing in the air.
Listen, Mozart's Lieder aren't just songs. They're stories, emotions, entire worlds contained in a few bars of music.
And then she'd start singing in German, her voice painting pictures of moonlit nights and whispered promises. I was hooked. I mean, completely and utterly captivated. German became more than just a language. It became a vessel for pure emotion. But Jay Tomaleri wasn't done with me yet.
Now let's add some romance to your repertoire.
Those French nasal vowels, though, they were my nemesis at first. I sounded more like I had a cold than a budding singer.
Feel the music in your bones and your mouth will follow.
And you know what? She was right. Slowly but surely, those awkward sounds transformed into flowing melodies. I remember the day I nailed my first French aria, the look of pride on Jay Tomaleri's face. It was worth all the hours of practice. In that moment, I knew my musical journey was just beginning. Jean Tomaleri was a blonde, thin woman of Italian descent. She died after not teaching for some time. She told me that she was sick and was tired to teach. But life, as they say, has a way of throwing curveballs, and mine came during what seemed like just another lesson with Jay Tomaleri, my beloved mentor. One moment, Jay Tomaleri was demonstrating a particularly tricky passage, and the next, she just collapsed. The silence that followed was deafening. It was as if all the music had been suddenly sucked out of the world. The days that followed were a blur. Jay Tomaleri's passing left a void that seemed impossible to fill. She had been battling kidney failure and hadn't taught for half of the year. Jay Tomaleri's passing hit me hard. She wasn't just my teacher, she was my mentor, my guide in this musical journey. For a while I couldn't bring myself to sing. The notes felt hollow, the words meaningless. But then I realized the best way to honor her memory was to keep singing, to keep learning. So I threw myself back into it. After getting an associate degree at the community college, I was able to transfer to the university. The university assigned me to different teachers, each bringing their own flavor to my education. There was Unchen Christopher, a lady from Korea. She taught me to sing in German and French. She also knew some Russian.
Precision is what separates a good singer from a great one.
And you know what? She was right. My German improved dramatically under her tutelage. Then came my last private teacher. Fresh from studying in Bavaria, she was like a breath of alpine air. She didn't just teach me to sing in German, she taught me to think in German, to feel in German. It sounds cheesy, I know, but it worked. Suddenly, the language felt natural, almost like a second skin. Oh, and let's not forget our phonetics class. Latin, German, French, Italian, we covered it all. You'd think Italian would be the easiest, right? All those vowels so similar to English, but nope, that grammar, it's a beast. German, on the other hand, it just clicked. Maybe it's because of its similarities to English, or maybe because of all the fantastic teachers I had. Looking back now, I realize how fortunate I was. Each of my teachers, from Jay Tomaleri to my Bavarian-trained instructor, they all left their mark. They didn't just teach me to sing in foreign languages, they taught me to hear the music and words themselves. It's like, you know how a prism breaks light into different colors? That's what they did for language and music for me. Now, when I sing in German or French, it's not just about hitting the right notes or pronouncing words correctly. It's about telling a story, conveying an emotion, painting a picture with sound. And isn't that what music is all about? Connecting with people, transcending language barriers, touching souls? So yeah, my journey wasn't always easy. There were highs and lows, moments of triumph and despair. But every step of the way, every challenging phoneme, every tricky aria, it all led me here. To a place where music isn't just something I do, it's a part of who I am. And as I stand here now, ready to perform in languages that once seemed so foreign, I can't help but feel grateful. Grateful for Jay Tomaleri, for all my teachers, for the languages that have become my friends, and for the music that ties it all together. Pause, 0.5s. Being admitted to a vocal performance program at the conservatory was very difficult. I studied with Constance, who prepared me to sing in Italian. Then I had a TA, Sarah, who helped me to prepare for another jury in German, Russian, and Italian. Pause, 0.5s. Constance was a powerhouse of knowledge. Her passion for Italian opera was infectious, and she pushed me to embrace the beauty of each phrase, each note. Pause, 0.5s. Sarah, on the other hand, was a multilinguistic marvel. She navigated me through the labyrinth of German's precision, Russian's intensity, and Italian's allure. Pause, 0.5s. Each session with them felt like climbing a mountain, but with every summit, I found a new part of myself. Pause, 0.5s. The jury exams were daunting. Standing there, in front of a panel of experts, singing in languages that once felt alien to me, was nerve-wracking. But it was also exhilarating. Pause. 0.5s. The hours of practice, the corrections, the encouragement, it all culminated in those moments. And when I sang, I wasn't just performing. I was sharing a piece of my journey, a piece of my soul. Pause, 0.5s. Looking back, I realized that those experiences were more than just academic hurdles. They were transformative. They taught me resilience, dedication, and the power of music to transcend barriers. Pause, 0.5s. So here's to Constance, Sarah, and all those who believed in me. Thank you for shaping my journey, for helping me find my voice in every language. Pause, 0.5s. And to anyone out there facing their own challenges, remember this. Every step, every struggle is a note in your own unique composition. Keep singing, keep striving, and let your music be heard. Pause, 0.5s. Gap 3s. The end forms from floating musical notes. Sarah was a petite and very thin brunette. She was getting her master's in vocal performance.